Hello, everybody. Hello. How y'all doing? Thank you, Candle, for the review. The sound alert for beans. Sorry, for beans! Hey, Watson, how you doing? How's everybody doing tonight? I am very tired and my back hurts. Like, I don't know. This is something I feel like I'm the tiredest I have ever been. I'm gonna turn this music down. How y'all doing? It's been a while since we played Cave Blizzards, but I'm definitely like trying. It was a very aggressive beans. It was. It's part of why I love it. Like, who is that enthusiastic about beans? I just love it. That's one of my favorite things. I can't even remember where I first heard that. I think somebody was just like looking at memes on YouTube, and that was one of them, and it just cracked me the fuck up. But yeah, beans. I don't think I actually have any news. It's been quite a quiet week, except for me yelling on Discord about Overwatch 2 plugs. But playing Overwatch 2, that's just occupational hazard. That you're gonna run into smattles. So yeah, I don't really know. I just don't want to talk about that. It was very infuriating. It's Tuesday, right? In fact, sometimes I know what day it is. Today's been a weird one for a Tuesday. It went okay, which makes me suspicious. That is suspicious. I actually had a very nasty dream last night. By last night, it was definitely this morning. It was actually so horrible. And the thing is, like, most of my nightmares, I'm the one that's being targeted, but in this dream, it was somebody I care about a lot. And it was just so horrible what I saw. I don't think I'm ever gonna forget it. That my body was just like, yeah, nope, we're not doing this. Wake up right now. Like, it wasn't even a rude awakening. It was just like, you're awake now. Thank you, buddy. That's the one solid you've done me when I've been sleeping. But yeah, that was not a pleasant dream. I'm gonna get it out of my head. But I won't burden you with it because it's really not very nice, and I like, I just don't want to. It's not very nice. But yeah, that's like, but dreams are dreams. I say they don't mean anything, but they, like, to me they do, because it's like where I get most of my story ideas, and I am thinking about maybe actually incorporating this into one of my stories somewhere, because it's like, kind of not a touchy subject. I guess it's controversial, but I might like squeeze it in there somewhere. Because it was like, the way they set up the scene in the dream, it was like very vivid, very lucid. It was like I was actually there. Most of my dreams are like that, to be fair. I just wish I hadn't. Okay, I'm talking about this too long. Let's move on. But yeah, my Tuesday has actually been quite quiet. My little brother came around, which was quite last minute. He asked me yesterday, and I was just like, why not? We could just hang out, and I think I needed the break. So we were just watching. Honestly, we've been rewatching Doctor Who. Traumatized myself after it by finding a game on Steam I can remember coming out new back in the very early 90s. It's always quite sad when it's just like, oh yeah, I remember when that came out, and you realise it was 20 years ago. Or in this case, 30. Fuck me. That's the thing. Me and my brother have been watching through Doctor Who, like new. The new Who. New, fucking hell. 13 years old now. There you go. Hashtag I'm old. Oh, I haven't turned that off. I'm supposed to turn that off. We're not doing the subathon anymore. Okay. Honestly, it's Matt Smith's era, and I actually freaking love Matt Smith as the Doctor. I think he's like one of my absolute favourites. I think he's fantastic. But the problem is that his seasons aren't actually that good. The episodes are not that good. We're over halfway through season 5, and so far there have been 3 actually good episodes. The rest have either been mediocre or just plain terrible. Just sad, because I don't know if I actually remember enjoying it, but I think if I do, it was more to do with Matt Smith's performance. Like, he's absolutely fantastic. I'm not actually liking Amy and Rory as much as I remembered. Still like them, just not as much. And I'm doing something here. Right, I'm turning off that. It's gone. You can still tip if you like, but I'm just looking at a screen but not taking any of it in. Why does this happen? Why does this happen? Why can't my brain just do something useful? Brain. Function. How about that? It really be so hard. You can also buy merch. And there is a new shirt in the shop. I've actually stacked up a couple more. That's my new sub goal. New shirts. And I've also got an idea for a hoodie. It is a cropped hoodie, if you're into that. There was like the zip up ones, but I don't know how to work with that. I don't really like zip up hoodies. Maybe you guys do. It's not exclusively about what I'd wear, so something we can think about anyway. I love Chris Eccleston's Doctor Who. Yeah, he was really, really good. And I'll say this, I think David Tennant was overrated. In fairness, he did do a good job, and he had some great episodes, but he also had some fucking awful episodes, and the entirety of season 3 was just kind of bad, which is a shame because I really like Martha as a companion. Also, her character got done so dirty. Like, she deserved so much better than what she got. But yeah, I like David Tennant, he's a very good actor, but everybody just keeps singing his praises as a Doctor, and honestly, I am so over it. I think I was over it before he even regenerated on TV, like when it first came out, and I was just like, dude, you gotta go, you've been here too long. Move on. Also, like, his last episode was just kind of shit. There were aspects of it that were great. Like, every single conversation he had with Wilfred. That was fantastic. Loved those moments. The rest of it was just kind of, well, stupid. Stupid. But yeah. I'm not actually wearing makeup today, so you can sort of see my spots. I thought I'd gotten past them, but maybe not. Oh well. Zits are just a fact of life. If you have skin, you will have zits at some point. Yeah, but Christopher Eccleston's Doctor was so good. He only had the one season, but it was such a good season. I can't actually even remember if there were any, like, super not that good episodes in season 1. I mean, the first one was a bit naff with the living plastic. Like, I feel like that could have been done better. It was a bit corny. The second one was a bit bleh, but it was also, like, really good and had some really good characters. The Dalek episode was brilliant. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't like Jodie Whittaker as an actress, and she's definitely got scope, but she had almost nothing to work with. I mean, I will happily say that Chris Chibnall is an idiot. He doesn't know how to write for shit, and he should never have been made showrunner. I mean, I tried watching one of Jodie Whittaker's episodes, and it's clear that, one, the dialogue is just blah. It just sounds like he just vomited onto a page and gave it to her. It's clear that she doesn't really have a depth or a gauge for the Doctor that she's meant to be. So she's just saying stuff and it doesn't mean anything. It's just blah. I still haven't seen Good Omens. I keep seeing like memes about it and clips when well, I didn't actually watch the clips, but they were there when it was written in crayon on coloured paper and maybe pinned to his mum's fridge. Possibly. I'm not even sure if it's fridge worthy. But yeah, I still haven't seen Good Omens. That's something I need to actually get on. Because, fucking hell, Michael Sheen and David Tennant are fantastic actors. And it does just look like a lot of fun. I watched the first season, but I felt like she was treated like a child, which is embarrassing. To be fair, I kind of gave up on Doctor Who towards the end of Peter Capaldi's run. I think partly because I had just sort of grown out of it. Like, I started watching it, I think, like, Christopher Eccleston's season came out when I was, like, 11. And so, like, all through, like, his season, and then David Tennant's arc, and then Matt Smith's, I was, like, going through. I think I was about, I can't wrangle the ages in my head. I think I was about 19 or 20 by the time Peter Capaldi came around, and I was just like, I just don't care anymore. Also, it just wasn't that good. And also, Jenna Coleman, good actress again. Clara was fucking boring. Also, that was something that my older brother pointed out when Stephen Moffat became showrunner, is that the characters became less like characters and more like just plot devices. They were there just to forward the plot. I mean, Amy. river. Like, everything just hung around them just existing and being the McMuffins. The MacGuffins. Character ex machina, exactly. It's kind of sad because they had potential, but it was just like before that, it was just these things happening to people rather than people happening to the plot. It's like, writing is complex. You can thank the YouTuber Mola for that, the McMuffin one. I think one of his podcasts or Twitch discussions, or not Twitch, he does it on YouTube, but whatever, discussion with friends, they said someone in chat typed McMuffin, or it auto-corrected from MacGuffin to McMuffin, and he's been calling them McMuffins ever since. And it's kind of rubbed off on me that I don't really talk about MacGuffins that often, so that was weird. But yeah, I would thoroughly recommend Good Omens, but I kind of grew up with the source material co-written by Pratchett and Gaiman. That's a good team up right there. Like, they know how to write stories. Oh yeah, you're welcome to use it. McMuffin, it's good. I honestly think it was in... I'm trying to think what video of it was he did. It might have been his Rise of Skywalker video. That video he did on that film was almost as long as the film itself. And honestly, it needed to be. Oh boy. I might actually drop his link in Discord. I haven't actually watched him in a while. Mostly because I kind of got bored of being reminded how bad modern cinema is. But he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He like breaks all this stuff down, and it's pretty interesting. He also did some video game series. Like, he did a whole series comparing Soma and Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I love that series. I rewatch that series on occasion. Right, I'll stick him in promos actually because he's pretty good. Well, I should probably stick SB in there as well. If you guys haven't watched any of SB's content, she is fantastic. I found her completely by accident a few years ago. And she's just a really good YouTuber. I love all that stuff. She always makes it fun and interesting and has a very dry sense of humor and does not hesitate to fucking call you out when your grammar is shit. It's one of the best narrative team-ups I can think of, and they have some fantastic ideas in it. Certainly the best narrative team-up since... I'm actually not sure if these two teamed up fictionally, but Tolkien and C.S. Lewis? I know they were friends. I'm not actually sure if they collaborated on anything, but that would have been a good precursor to a decent narrative team-up. But yeah, I felt burned out about a series of movies for a long time. I think the Marvel stuff sapped my enjoyment of movies. Oh, damn. That's another thing I sort of grew up and then kind of out of. I stuck with it because I remember when Iron Man first came out, I was so hyped for the first Avengers film when that came. It was like one of the few things that was like super just like excited about it, like separate from what my siblings were doing. So I was just like, this is my thing and I love it. So I kind of stuck with it. Well, Tony started it. So when Tony wasn't there anymore, that was basically the end of it for me. So I think they ever officially teamed up, even if they loved writing each other up. Yeah, I think that is something that they did. Like, they went to uni together, they had that writing group, and they like sort of competed with essays and such, but not an actual team up. But yeah, where can I watch Good Omens? That's not on Netflix, is it? I don't have many. I don't like have accounts on many streaming platforms. Amazon. I need to actually get my Prime back, but I'm gonna wait a bit, at least until Tobes' bills are paid. Ooh. So, like, maybe around my birthday, I'll look that up. I think, like, Good Omens is something that's been on my list for quite a while, like, in the back of my mind somewhere, because much like Canada, I've been kind of burnt out watching series and films as well. And I think, it was honestly the sequel trilogy that killed it for me. Actually, no, it was Solo. Solo killed it for me, stone dead. Let's not get into that, though. But it was just... basically... Oh, I've heard some news recently, which is apparently that Disney is on the verge of collapse, and I could not be happier. I'll drop that video in Discord as well. Also, if you want to join my Discord, the link is already in chat, so I won't put it in there again. Where is that video? Disney, an empire in collapse. I don't agree with a lot of things Critical Drinker says, but that's a good video. He's also did a different one, so I might find that as well. Imagine being bedbound and watching stuff. I mean, I think we were literally talking about this stuff a few weeks ago, because I think last year I watched like all of Poirot, all of A Touch of Frost, 8 seasons of Stargate and all that, like in quite a short amount of time, one after the other, and I'm just like, I just don't want to watch TV anymore. Just don't want to do it. It's saw the first sequel and thought, yeah, cool, it's not for me. I heard it was announced. Okay, so this just in, but not at all. Ignore that. Don't know why I said that. Star Wars is something I grew into. When I was a kid, I thought it was cool, but I didn't really care about it. And then in 2014, I thought, I'll watch it again. I absolutely fell in love with it completely. And this would have been around about the time that Force Awakens was announced, and I was just like, yeah, that's gonna suck. Because reboots and remakes always do. And also Star Wars doesn't need it. So I knew. I went to see it in the cinema, and I thought, pretty much what you thought, yeah, cool, it's not for me. And the fact that I then watched it only 2 more times, and each time was subsequently was even less interesting or engaging, and I was just like, I don't care about any of these people. I got half an hour through The Last Jedi the first attempt, and then the second 7 minutes. And I was just like, no. And the only thing I've ever seen of Rise of Skywalker was the video that Mauler did, which I may also drop in the Discord, because it was good. Right, where's another Disney It's Gonna Die video? Right, there it is. I'll drop that in as well. The day I received the news that Disney is dead, I will play the victory celebration music from Star Wars on stream and open a bottle of champagne. Also, I'm thinking of actually adding a category in Discord that is just muted for me, that where you guys, or anybody who wants to, can discuss Star Wars if they so choose, and I have nothing to do with it. Jeez, this video is 2 hours long, and you know what? It's totally worth it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm not. What have you done recently, Mama? What have you done recently? Oh, good lord. He did a 5-hour and 50-minute video on Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. An unbridled cataclysm, he called it. I watched them as I didn't need to pay for the tickets, having an unlimited movie subscription at the cinema chain nearby. I remember you talking about that. Oh my gosh, he did do a part 4 of a critique of Star Wars The Force Awakens. He has been working on that series since, what, like 2015? No, 4 years ago. Part 1 came out 4 years ago. Part 2, 3 years ago. Part 2, 2, and Part 4, 11 months. He takes his time. Oh, I'm trying to think. He also, like, covered Season 8 of Game of Thrones. He does do the occasional video where he's like, I actually really enjoyed this movie. For example, Avengers Infinity War. He liked that one. I don't think he did a video on Endgame. No, it doesn't look like it. Apparently I started watching his Justice League video, Zack Snyder's Justice League, but I don't recall that. But yeah, I just kind of stopped watching it because it was just kind of hurting my soul. It was hurting my soul. Right, I'm also gonna find the playlist for the Amnesia vs. Soma, because that's just a damn good series. And I need to watch that again sometimes. It's just really, really good. So this is the stream where I just hype up a few YouTubers. That's fine. These guys, like, they're all really, really good at what they do. Although, I will say, they are snarky as fuck. But, that's okay. That's fine. Hype. Yeah, hype them. We'll say SB isn't that snarky, but she's got very, very dry humour. I looked up Cadence of Kid, and she was the only person I found who was playing it. And she did like 80 videos on it. Like, she's one of the few YouTubers that still exist who do long form series. When I say long form, you had me at snarky as fuck. Go for it, man. I mean, Critical Drinker does like quite concise videos, and he's definitely got his own humor. So he's the easiest one to actually just watch. I actually subscribe to him. I think part of why I don't subscribe to Mauler anymore is because his videos are just so fucking long. Like, it's like, I do not have the time or the attention span to watch this absolute deconstruction of this film I don't give a shit about. Like, thank you, but I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. Oh, I'm tired. That's okay though. What's going on? Oh, something. Oh, Rachel, welcome to the Discord. I hope you enjoy your stay. Not much happens, I will be honest. It's mostly me just posting stuff, but anybody is welcome to. Also, I sometimes just put things in the wrong places, and it's kind of annoying that I do that. I just forget when things go. Also, I've got a memes tab, but sometimes I can't tell if it's actually a meme, or if I should put the film ones in the film tab. I don't know, it's confusing. I am looking in quite a many Discords. Well, it was lovely that you chose mine to be one. I tend not to join that many Discords because I am just so bad at Discord. I've gotten better at it since I ditched Twitter for 4 months. And I'm also thinking about ditching Twitter again because it's just becoming so miserable on there. But I also just kind of need it. Like, it's really good for networking, unfortunately. Not many other platforms do it quite as well. But, yeah. Are we playing a game? I think we might be playing a game. I didn't actually expect to do much just chatting today, so I didn't bother putting that as the category. I'm tired. I am very tired, but it's fine. It's fine. I have a controller, and I have a game here somewhere. I still have music that I'm going to turn off, because I mostly end up being somewhat active in a few Discords and lurk in most. Yeah, like, I've been thinking about joining some more, just of, like, streamers I really like, but I know I'll only go in it to post pictures of my cat, but also I feel like that's enough. I feel like that's enough. People just love pictures of cats. I mean, I'm still in Zerk's Discord, partly because I get to see pictures of his cats, but also because just in case in the grim, dark, distant future I may actually end up joining and playing Phasmophobia again someday. Someday. It's just so fucking tired. Like, I'd love to, but I'm just